So I'm back from vacation.
If there is one of many things Sonic the Hedgehog is known for, it's merchandise. Sonic and merchandise go very well together, whether it's a shirt, some pants, a hoodie, heck, throw in some socks too that make you fall down your stairs when you're 13 getting ready to take an important school test. That actually happened, by the way, and it was probably one of the biggest highlights of my 8th grade year. Sonic has had a great number of merchandise partnerships over the years, still doing a great number of them to this very day. However, recently I was going through my closet putting away some of my new Disney World shirts I got while I was away, and upon grabbing some hangers to put them on, I found some old Sonic shirts that I used to wear back when I was a little kid. Reminisced a little as I saw them again, remembering back to the good times of thinking that Generations was going to get a proper sequel at some point, little did I know. But upon going through those, I found some other kinds of shirts I had from back in the day from a company that Sega used to work with in the licensing department, but has quietly been forgotten since 2018. What was this company exactly? Well, that company was none other than T-Turtle. T-Turtle is a company that sells shirts, plushies, and other stuff. Their whole gimmick is little characters or items in a cute little chibi art style. They also do official licensing partnerships with other companies and franchises for their brand as well. And in late 2016 to early 2017, Sega had teamed up with them to make a line of Sonic the Hedgehog shirts. These shirts weren't too mainstream back then, at least as far as I could tell. I was only 12 and 13 at the time, but I can say that on the Sonic official live streams from the time, the cast that was on the show around this point would wear these shirts almost every episode after first revealing some of the ones they've already released by then in April of 2017. From then on, almost every episode, either Aaron Weber, Sergio, Alex Kidd, Jasmine, one of them in every Sonic official stream in 2017 would wear a T-Turtle Sonic shirt on stream. The shirts did look really cool. Sure, they weren't like super groundbreaking or anything, but they were neat, and the little chibi art style looked nice for the shirt designs they had. Plus, they got pretty creative with them too, and would do more than just slap Sonic & Co. onto a shirt. They would include other characters would get their own individual shirts, and again, they would get very creative and do some pretty cool unique stuff with the chibi art style. The amount of shirts that the members would wear on stream would be pretty intriguing to me, so much so that it would actually get me sold on them.
Here they are. Alright, so I don't know if this camera angle is even gonna work, so we're just gonna run with this, alright? Hi, camera. Alright, so these shirts are the ones that I had from T-Turtle from back in the day. And these ones go from when I was 12 years old in early 2017, all the way to about, I want to say maybe early to mid 2018, when I was then 13. And the reason why I stopped buying them was, I'll never know, to be honest, because there was like maybe 1 or 2 shirts that I actually really wish I got in retrospect, but whatever. Also maybe due to the fact that Sonic was really tanking at the time and really just nothing was coming out, so I kind of lost interest. Also, it didn't really help that upon replaying Sonic Forces in 2019 on my new PS4 that I would find out that, maybe Sonic makes bad games. But anyway, from the time of when we thought 2017 was Sonic's comeback era, here are the shirts that I got from throughout 2017 and into early 2018. So we'll go ahead and start off with one of the first few ones that actually made me want to get it, and that is this sort of Sonic Mania classic-esque sort of shirt. You know what? We'll go ahead and actually get the rest of these shirts out of the way, because let's let each one get its own time to shine. I'm really hoping the camera picks this up well. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be mad. So this shirt here is obviously kind of the Sonic Mania-esque shirt from the time. You got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and this came out obviously when Mania was really going around its hype cycle. I want to say maybe early to mid 2017. I don't remember the exact dates of when this came out, but these shirts were really cool because again, Sonic Mania was an all-time high, and 2017 was really looking like the true comeback year for Sonic, especially with Sonic Mania and the 25th anniversary being the previous year. Like, they were really going all out with brand new merchandise for Sonic's, you know, comeback of the time. This shirt genuinely though is very nice to look at, and it kind of sucks that I can't wear these kind of shirts. I mean, sure, I probably wouldn't wear this in public, especially compared to the more, you know, aura saucy shirts that I own now. This shirt though, back in the day when I was like 12 and 13, this is definitely a really cool shirt, and also look at the way it looks. It's just very nice, honestly, too. Like, you got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, you got this cool little chibi art style, you got the emblem. It looks really nice, and this was really one of my favorite shirts that I would wear all the time, whether it was the weekend, spring, summer, fall, anytime. I think I'd even wear it to school sometimes too, but like, this is probably, out of all my T-Turtle shirts, this was one of my favorites right over here. Genuinely a good one. Up next, we have a classic one that they've had out for a while. I think long before I discovered the T-Turtle Sonic tees, and this one is one that I would also wear a lot, and that is I'm Waiting. This was another classic one from back then. I think this one came out in 2016, I think around when the 25th anniversary was going on. I'm pretty sure that's when they really started it. Maybe I could be wrong, but This is another classic that I wear all the time because, you know, I'm waiting, a classic line from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and actually really all the Jaleel shows from the 90s. And seeing modern Sonic kind of rep it now, this was pretty cool. And again, it's just a pretty cool, neat little design with a shirt and whatnot. Also, these shirts are really comfy too. Like, this is very, very soft. So this shirt was yet another one that I would wear all the time. Love this one. We got another one coming up. This one's actually kind of basic, but it's actually still a pretty cool one. And this is actually one of the last like newer ones I think I remember buying. And this one is Light Speed or Hyper Speed. I can't remember what the shirt was entirely, but this one is basically Sonic doing kind of like a bit of a boost or a bit of a light speed dash through some rings. It's a pretty cool shirt. It's pretty, again, it's a pretty basic design. Like, it's just, it's not like the other two where it's like, you know, the Team Sonic or I'm Waiting, but this one's pretty cool because it's Sonic, little chibi Sonic running, got some rings, got a checkerboard pattern of him running and whatnot. It's very nice, and the blues checkerboard, it's a pretty cool shirt. There was another one of these shirts that I really wanted. It was the Gotta Go Fast variant where it was Sonic running outward from the shirt. He had like an after image and it was blue, but I couldn't get it because they were always sold out. But this was a close second to a new kind of print that they did for it. I think this one's called Hyperspeed. I want to say this one's called Hyperspeed, I'm pretty sure. But pretty simplistic shirt, all things considered. Again, very comfy, and I loved wearing the heck out of this one whenever I could. I'm going to go ahead and say this too, by the way. Apologies for if I sound very stuffed up or my voice is funny. Like, I'm dealing with some weird allergies right now because, you know, it's like late July, so, you know, just bear with me, alright? So, another one I have, this one's kind of akin to the one I showed earlier. I think that I got this one in 2018 as well. I think I got this one maybe Christmas or something like that of 2017 maybe. But this one's pretty cool. This one I think is called Ultimate Boost or something like that. They had like names for these, but I don't know what it was called. But this one's kind of similar to the Sonic one, and it's a Shadow shirt. And this one is, well, I think it's called just Super Shadow Speed, something like that. I don't know. They had like very simple names for them. But this one is basically Shadow doing a little boost, and it's got a little cool little trail right there. It looks very nice too, honestly. You got like a red fading into gray, and a charcoal, and a black. It looks very nice. And again, chibi art style. Like, these shirts are meant to just look kind of cool and just kind of have like that cutesy little chibi vibe to them. And really, the shirts just look kind of neat, you know, because they just look cool, okay? And it's Shadow, so of course, you know, it's gonna be cool regardless, alright? And I know there's other Shadow shirts, and I don't think I ever got one, but I do think there was some other Shadow ones. If I could find them from like the official live streams, I'll put them up on screen. But yeah, this one was pretty cool. Alright, time to show another shirt that I would wear. This is actually one of the last few T-Turtle shirts that I would actually get when it comes to their line of Sonic clothes. And this one is the Sonic Caffeine one? I don't know. Like, toward 2018, you could tell they were kind of just starting to do whatever they wanted here. Because, like, sure, before it was Sonic Mania and Sonic Reference, and there is a few other shirts that I do want to show, but I want to save these for last. But this one here is one of the last few ones I get in 2018. And ignore the bleach stain right there, okay? I think that happened during, like, a laundry and stuff, or maybe some face scare routine. Because, you know, I was, like, 13, I was going through acne and such, so just ignore that. I think that's bleach or bleach stain, so whatever that is. Anyway, so this one, it says Gotta Go Fast. It's like the closest thing to the original Gotta Go Fast shirt I'll get. But it's got Sonic drinking like a coffee mug or like a whole coffee pot. And I think it's like a caffeine sort of joke. I don't know, honestly. I think the whole joke is it's meant to be like a caffeine thing, and you know, caffeine makes you energy, and you gotta go fast, because, you know, back in the day, Gotta Go Fast was everywhere, so, you know, gotta go fast. But yeah, comfy shirt and neat little thing on the thing. It's just a whatever shirt, you know, it's pretty cool. Alright, another shirt that I want to show, and this one was one that I really liked back in the day, especially because this was from later 2017, and you can immediately tell what game this was promoting at the time, and this one was the Rival shirt right here. You might think it's Sonic and Shadow or Knuckles, but it's actually Sonic and Infinite, and this one was the one that was going to be released alongside Sonic Forces. This is actually the other Sonic Forces shirt I actually have from the time. You might have saw it earlier in the video, but I actually did have the Tokyo Game Show the Tokyo Game Show shirt that they released on the Sega shop. It was this one right here. I wore the heck out of this one all the time. We got the Sonic characters on the front, got the Eggman Empire characters on the back. This is the other Sonic Forces shirt I had, and this one right here was any other shirt that I had for my totally favorite new awesome epic 3D modern Sonic game that really wouldn't be a disappointment upon its release, man. Like, what happened? But yeah, this shirt, it's very neat because, you know, this is one of the very few times you see Sonic and Infinite face off in this sort of, well, rival sort of looking thing. And wasted potential, what can I say? Alright, so what we got up next is the last, like, regular T-Turtle tee. The next one is a bit more of a special one, but this one is like the last, like, just regular old Sonic shirt. And this one's actually pretty cool, and one that they actually supported for quite some time afterwards. And this one is the speeding ticket one. This one, I think I remember this one in very early 2018, I think. But this one basically has Sonic doing a little figure 8 peel, running away from Eggman cop sort of thing. Whenever I remembered this shirt, I thought it was supposed to be a Speed Highway sort of reference to, like, a Badnik from then, but upon looking again, nope, it's Eggman chasing after him in a police car. You got a little nice sky in the background, and of course you got the figure 8, super peel out right there, the figure 8 run. You got Sonic right here. I think that's supposed to be a classic sort of design too. Look, he's got pure black eyes here because in other ones, he's got green eyes. So this seems to be like a classic Sonic design. That's pretty cool. This one was really neat. No like wording or anything, but this one is still pretty cool. And again, this is one that they continued for quite some time, long after. Alright, so one more shirt that we have for the T-Turtle collection here today, and that is one that I would wear all the time back in 2017, late 2017 to be specific, and that is the Merry Christmas one that they did. This one was one of my favorite shirts right here that they ever made. This shirt here, I would wear this almost any chance I could get back in 2017. Like, even maybe 2018 a little bit, I think I wore this too. But when I got this in 2017, like I want to say maybe October or early November, I would wear the heck out of this. Like almost every day I could. Heck, maybe I think I slept in it some, maybe too. But this one was really cool and I loved it so much. You got Sonic with a Santa hat, Tails' little elf, and around the reef and the emblem too. It's like that's the whole Sonic emblem with the reef around it instead of other things. You got little sparkles as a reference to Sonic 2. It's very cool, and again, it's just a cheery shirt, and I really love this so much, and the green complements it very well as well. I love this shirt so much. Heck, if I pull up any photo from 2017, I'll probably find at least maybe 2 or 3 of maybe me wearing this, I don't know. Editing me, maybe see if you can find it, I don't know, but there actually is a number of times I wore this shirt, and I think out of all the T-Turtle shirts, I think it's got to be either this shirt and the blue Sonic Tails Knuckles and the I'm Waiting. I think I wore those 3 the most out of all the T-Turtle shirts I own. But this one right here alongside this Sonic Tails Knuckles one is probably number 2 in terms of my all-time favorite that I got from T-Turtle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and that is all the T-Turtle shirts that I had back when I was 12 and 13 years old in 2017 and 2018. These shirts are ones that I truly loved for a long time, and again, was like the only Sonic merch that I really had, besides maybe some other shirts that I just no longer have. I loved all these shirts, and all these shirts are really fun to look back on, honestly, that I have. So yeah, these are all the shirts here that I have, and yeah, they're just gonna sit in my closet and collect dust now.
T-Turtle would go on to make Sonic shirts for the rest of 2017 and be really involved with the hype throughout that year, from Sonic Mania shirts with the release to even an exclusive Sonic Forces E3 staff shirt that they apparently had at the time, and many more throughout the year to build up hype of Sonic Mania and the Force that shall not be named. They'd keep going even in early 2018. I remember that vividly when I bought this shirt here that I talked about and wore it a couple times in my freshman year of high school. But after a while, as 2018 went on, eventually the shirts would no longer be advertised like they used to. Older ones would still be worn on stream, but newer ones stopped coming out and reprints of old ones only happened. And the best I can recall, it was the same old speeding ticket one of Sonic running away from Eggman in a cop car. By the time mid-2018 rolled around, T-Turtle became pretty non-existent with the Sonic franchise than at least what it used to be. Now granted, at this time I was busy watching everything related to Dragon Ball because I'd just recently gotten into it and was ogling at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate hype throughout 2018. So keeping up with Sonic wasn't really on my priority list that much anymore. But now, in 2026, T-Turtle has become somewhat forgotten and really irrelevant to Sonic entirely. But sometimes that just happens with partnerships. Sometimes companies will just stop working with them, or any deals they had might have just faded out. However, for Sonic and T-Turtle, that may not seem to be the case entirely though. If you go onto their website now, there are some plushies and one Chow Garden shirt, so it looks like it's not all gone entirely. But as far as the rest of the shirts that they used to pump out back in the day, they seem to be now lost pieces of merchandise. So what the heck was the point of all this? Well, honestly, it just seemed like a cool thing to go back and talk about in all honesty. T-Turtle has become very relevant to Sonic nowadays, to where hardly anybody ever talks about it anymore, to it's somewhat like I just said, forgotten. And upon finding my old shirts again, I kind of wanted to pay a small homage to an old piece of merchandise that I thought was very cool back when I was a kid. But I will say this, let me know if you have any old T-Turtle tees from back in the day. Let me know which ones that you have. I'm curious to see which one might have intrigued you guys back in the day on the old Sonic official live streams. Because, well, it certainly worked for me at one point. I will say this though, out of all the shirts I have, and I do love them, don't get me wrong, but there is one shirt that I wish I could have got my hands on that I never could back in the day. That being the original blue Gotta Go Fast one, and also, now that I think about it, Little Con! Why the heck did you not get a Supersonic shirt that was there? Did you not even consider your future branding at one point?